When it comes to General Hospital, every fan has their own opinion, and Soap Hub is no different. For 5 days we sat and watched the good, the bad, and everything in between, and now we offer you a handy review, and a cheeky critique, of the GH week that was. General Hospital, a Critic's Week in Review. Let's hear it for the General Hospital characters still driving story weeks, months, and even a year after their deaths, and for the non-contract players who never fail to deliver. Peter August, Wes Ramsey, is, presumably, in a deep freeze, and yet he's still complicating the lives of Hamilton Finn, Michael Easton, who came this close to confessing to having off the miscreant, Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, and Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Seton. The artist formerly known as Henrik should also be thanked for his pushing Valentine Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, and Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, closer together. If they didn't feel so guilty about the part they played in his villainy, they wouldn't be sleuthing in Potock, they wouldn't have been forced to shelter in place while a storm raged outside, and they wouldn't have had their near kiss. Peter might have been bad to the bone, but he did do some good. Then there's poor dead Dev Cersei, Ashton Arbob, on General Hospital. All this time later, his machinations are finally being outed, and as a direct result, we've finally got some forward momentum in the Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy/Cameron Weber, William Lipton story. It's not much, but it's a major step up from Jocelyn's ad nauseum praise of Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, and Cameron's unnecessary groveling at her feet. And while it was great to see Britt Westbourne's, Kelly Thibault, Bestie, Brad Cooper, Perry Shen, put in a brief appearance, Jacqueline Zeman, Bobby, proved that she was the true recurring MVP with her delivery of the line, "Jason who?" when Carly Corinthus, Laura Wright, announced her intention to marry Jason. Further GH musings. Well, given what we know to be true, he lives in Potock, and Anna knew his father, it seems safe to say that Austin is the offspring of Quartermain bastard Jimmy Lee Holt, but what are we to make of his interest in the Corinthus family and cousin Jason Morgan? It's not as though Jason has any stake in ELQ or even gives a damn about the Qs, save for Monica, Leslie Charles, and while it was nice to hear that Ava Jerome Cassadine, Maura West, still own Charlie's, are we just supposed to forget that Julian Jerome, William DeVry, sold it to Cyrus Renault, Jeff Kober? Wait, let us get this straight. Did Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, actually say that Carly and Jason are the legal guardians of each other's children? The writers expect us to believe that should Jason meet an untimely fate, Liz and Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, are going to let Carly have any kind of say in the rearing of their children with Jason? Huh? Speaking of Sam, did it take anyone else a minute to remember that she and Ava are related by blood and that might have had something to do with Sam's intervening during Ava's drunken scene at the Metro Court? And we were also beginning to wonder if Ava actually plans to divorce Nicholas Cassadine, Marcus Coloma, et al. The above-mentioned scene was just a little too showy, and her subsequent gabbing to Carly and Jason, of all people, really raised our suspicions. Perhaps she's making all these waves hoping that the stalker will reveal themselves so that she might put a bullet in them? Why wasn't Hayden present for Cameron's graduation party? And who was watching him? 90-something-year-old great-grandmother Audrey? Aside from some random dramatic conflict, why would Ellie suddenly decide that she's got a problem with Spinelli's, Bradford Anderson, chosen career? Didn't Trina Robinson, Sydney Michaela, have any friends, aside from Jocelyn and Cameron, to invite to her graduation party? We spotted what appeared to be 3 or so youngsters amidst that sea of grown folks. Did anyone else find Scott Baldwin, Kin Shriner, just a tad too accepting of Elizabeth and Finn's supposed coupling? Franco's been dead, what, 3 months? General Hospital, GH, airs weekdays on ABC. Check your local listings for airtimes. For more about what's coming up in Port Charles, check out all the latest that's been posted on GH Spoilers. Ad block test, why?